Go.
You are tuned into the Undisputed Champ Sports Podcast, guys. This is our NBA playoffs reviews slash predictions. Well, more like predictions, but our playoff predictions. What we're gonna do, guys? We're just gonna do the first round. We're gonna go round by round, let you know our predictions, how many games what team is gonna win. Maybe go with some breakout performers that we think are gonna break out. We're just gonna go into the whole nine. A bit of shocking news happened this week, guys. So I do want me and Preston to briefly talk about it before we get into this playoffs. So, Preston, what did you actually think when you heard Magic Johnson step down as the Lakers?
I, I
Basketball. Go
I
ahead.
was not surprised, man, at all. I mean, the Lakers is it looked like from the beginning of the season, even up to now, like they did not know what they were doing. I mean, it's apparently obvious, and they felt like that upon all the mess that they have going on over there, all these quote unquote pieces they wanted to put together, that LeBron James is going to be the remedy to kind of put all this together and make it work. But this is not the Cleveland Cavaliers before LeBron got there. Like everything they were doing in as far as like as far as like anything that has to do with management at the Lakers, this is so confusing. Like I didn't understand
Yeah.
either. And even when Lakers fans come up to me and say, "Man, I don't know what they're doing with that team," it just didn't seem right. And if Magic has some part of any of that stuff, I can see why he will step down. It wasn't surprising to me. Some people are saying him and LeBron are kind of butting heads. Maybe that is true, but I don't know. I don't think Magic's the man for that job, in my personal opinion.
Okay. First thing, I had a couple of my friends come at me talking about, oh, what is Magic like months ago? Like, what is Magic doing? He's not cut out for this. Da da da. I defended Magic. Um, and I turned out to be wrong in this sense. Here's the thing, and here's the thing that when you listen to reports and stuff like that, it kind of makes sense. The problem with Magic Johnson being president of basketball operations is the reason why Magic Johnson isn't the right person for the job is that Magic Johnson can't do the job. It's not that he doesn't have a brilliant basketball mind and probably can do the job. It's the fact that he has so many other businesses that he gives attention to.
Mm-hmm.
He's also part of the Dodgers.
Yep.
And then what you see what reports say is that Magic was barely there because he has so many other things to do. So and then you hear other reports on the fact that certain things that Magic wanted to do, he couldn't do, and he just couldn't take it anymore. There's reports of the general manager that they had. The dude was, I don't know, he was saying some shit behind Magic's back all the time, and Magic found out about that. Magic was just not having. And let's be clear, for anybody that thinks LeBron don't have nothing to do with this, come on, like really, really. Maybe LeBron was surprised that he stepped down because if you listen to Stephen A. Smith, well, he said that early, like in the beginning of the week, what nobody talks about is the Lakers did have a closed door meeting with Magic, Rob Pelinka, LeBron, Rich Paul, Jeannie. Like there was a closed door meeting with all those people in there. So whatever got hashed out in that meeting, whatever was talked about in the meeting, and coming out of that, and to find out what Magic stepping down, something happened. And if you think LeBron ain't got nothing to do with it, you a gullible ass LeBron fan. That's all I gotta
Oh,
say.
of
I'm not
course.
even
LeBron
going
got
to
so
dwell on
much
LeBron.
power in there.
You a gullible ass LeBron fan. And first of all, LeBron would not even step foot in Los Angeles in a Lakers uniform if he thought he would not have power
Yeah, of
in
course.
that organization. There is no way. He left Miami for that very reason because Pat Riley was not having that shit. Like, yo, I control this organization, not you. I don't give a fuck if you're the best player. You play basketball on the court. That's what you do. And when it comes to decisions and all that shit, like that's why LeBron went to Cleveland because he know he'll have all the fucking power. The same way in LA, mind you. But and here's the thing though, I think the Lakers did have a plan. I really think they did have a plan. The problem is the plan just didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, a lot of people like to say that. I like to say that so much. Like when a team tries something and it goes wrong, a lot of people like to say, "Oh, they didn't have a plan. They didn't think this through it." No, how about for once we just say, "Yo, they probably did have a plan. Their plan just didn't work. It was just the wrong plan. That's all it is to it. Just because it failed don't mean they didn't have it as a plan. It was a plan. It was a plan to have LeBron have a number of playmakers to play on the same court as LeBron, so LeBron doesn't have to be the one bringing the ball to the court and shit like that. But when you do that, you sacrifice shooters, and LeBron, almost his whole career, has played with shooters around him. That's what he needs. LeBron is not like the Magic should see like bro, LeBron is you, just in a bigger body and could shoot a little better. He can't play without the ball in his hands. He can't play off ball like that. He's just not capable. I don't think he's capable of being off ball majority of the game. He can't. So, and the whole Anthony Davis debacle and all that. But you know what? I don't even want to dwell on that. Whatever happens, happens. And and what Jalen Rose said makes so much sense to me. I think what Jalen Rose said, he said they were saying he thinks Magic knows that they're not gonna get a top flight free agent this summer. He's like, fuck it. I'm out. Like, fuck it. Like, everybody thinks LeBron is going to attract this person, that person. No. Maybe if this was 26-year-old LeBron in LA, he would probably attract somebody else. These players aren't stupid. LeBron's 34 years old. Mm-hmm. He's getting older. Did he have a really good season? Yes, he did. He put up typical LeBron numbers. But anybody that has the eyes and watch basketball can see that this man is not the same LeBron that we saw last year before and year before that. Mm-hmm. Sorry. I'm talking about even before the injury. Sorry. Mm-hmm. It really wasn't the same person. So he's getting older. We're talking about young guys that are in free agency right now. I highly doubt that the top dudes like Kawhi, KD, I'm not even going to say Clay. Clay's not going nowhere. He's staying in Golden State. But like these top flight guys are not going to LA. Sorry. So anyway, well, I don't want to say LA. They're not going to the Lakers, but the Clippers is a different story. They got cap space for 2 ex-free agents, so hey, gotta look out for that. I'm telling you, they got Doc Rivers. Just saying. Anyway, guys, we're gonna go ahead and move on to our predictions. Now we're gonna go ahead and start with the Eastern Conference. Now the first matchup that we have on here is the 1 seed Milwaukee versus the 8 seed Detroit Pistons. Preston, who do you got in this series? How many games?
This is gonna be a sweep. It's not even gonna be close. Not even close at all, man. Like, you talking about the Greek Freak, and you talking about playing against the Pistons, who's kind of been looking bad in my personal opinion. And the Bucks are just gonna sweep them. It's not even gonna be a competition. Not even close by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna pick the Bucks. See in the series, but I think the Bucks will win 4-2. I think the Pistons are gonna take 2 games from them. Yep, I think the Pistons are gonna take 2 games from them. You got Andre Drummond, you got Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin has been playing like a monster this season, and you got Reggie Jackson. Like I think this is. Listen, I won't be surprised if Milwaukee sweep them, but I can see Blake Griffin having crazy performances this series because I don't listen. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all gonna see my next round predictions when we get to the second round. I don't believe in Milwaukee. I don't. I just don't. Did they have a fantastic season? Absolutely. Giannis played like an MVP. He's not my MVP, but he played like an MVP this season. He was great. But this team is devoid of another star. They're just devoid of it. And if them shooters ain't hitting shots consistently, you can take the Milwaukee Bucks down, period. Because you can just let Giannis do his thing. Lock down them shooters, GG. That's GG for them. They don't have another, like Chris Middleton, a fucking all-star. He's borderline. Like we'll get to the next, the actual second round where we talk about it. You guys are gonna really see what I'm we talking about. I'm gonna go really in depth because what their next round matchup would probably be. But I just don't believe in him yet, man. Like Giannis, great, he's fantastic. This is not about Giannis. It's honestly not about Giannis. I don't believe in everything he has around him. They've been great during the regular season, fantastic. But it's the regular season, man. The playoffs is a different animal. It's a whole different animal.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
y'all-
like down the stretch, I agree with that. But they
Yeah.
definitely have enough, at least, to beat these Pistons. Well, I feel like.
Oh no, yeah. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they sweep them, but I also not gonna be surprised if the Pistons take two games. I really wouldn't.
I don't know, man. That Bucks defense and the rebounds, bro. They.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They monsters over there.
But you got two monsters in the paint. We're talking about rebounding Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin. Come on, man.
I feel you, but I don't know, man. We'll have to see. I don't know. I won't even give him a game. Like,
I feel you. No, I feel you. Like I said, I feel you on that. But anyway, guys, we're gonna move on to the next matchup. We have the Toronto Raptors versus the Orlando Magic. I'm gonna go ahead and start. This is a sweep. Yeah, this for me is a sweep.
this
Orlando has played really well. Hell, fuck it, bro. The Toronto Raptors have the roster to get out of the Eastern Conference, no questions asked.
I agree.
I
agree.
Like they can get out the East, and I see Orlando getting a game. The Raptors are deep. Kawhi Leonard is a monster. I just feel like this is a tune-up series. Like I hope we get guys like we already know about Vucevic on the Orlando Magic. I really hope guys like Aaron Gordon has a coming out party in the playoffs. You know, I think this is his first playoff, so I hope somebody like Aaron Gordon, we see him in the slam dunk contest. Hope he has a coming out party. I don't see them getting a game. I just don't. But go ahead, Preston.
Yeah, I got Orlando actually just getting one game. I think
Okay.
they're going to get one game. Like you said, it is going to be a tune-up game, but I think Aaron Gordon is going to have at least one breakout game. I don't think he's going to go the whole series without having a crazy game, and I think he's definitely going to have one, and that's going to be the game that they actually win. And at that point, I think it's a game that's not even going to matter. It's probably going to be when it's like 3-0, and they're going to win one game and then go back.
I feel you on that. True that. All right, guys. The next set of matchups we have on the docket, we have the Philadelphia 76ers versus the Brooklyn Nets. I am so glad we're talking about this series because, boy, oh boy. So, everybody knows me. Everybody that knows me knows. Everybody's been raving about Joel Embiid, how great he is, and Joel Embiid is fantastic. He is possibly the best big man in the NBA. However, this has always been my issue and what I've always said. And I've always been hesitant to praise Joel Embiid, not because of the talent on the court. He can't stay on the court. Mm-hmm. And that has been my biggest problem. They say he can possibly miss this series. That's what they're saying. He could possibly miss a 4 or 5 games. Like, that is absurd. This guy has nothing but injury issues. And he's a young big man. Mm-hmm. Imagine what happens if he gets older. How much is his career going to be shortening because of injuries? Bad knees this, I don't know, man, but one of the biggest mistakes the Lakers made was trading D'Angelo Russell, and boy, is that man balling this year. That
21 PPG, man.
That boy got ice in his veins, and I'm picking Philly, but I'm picking Philly 4-2 because I think Brooklyn could take 2 games, especially if Embiid's not playing. I think because they got Caris LeVert back. They
got Jimmy Butler. They got
No, I'm talking about the Nets. The Nets got LeVert back. Yeah, they got LeVert back. They got Dinwiddie. Those guys got some regular season games and to get them back from their injuries. I think the Nets will take 2 games. They won't take 2 games any game in Philly. I think they'll take the 2 in Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking 76ers 4-2. But I'm picking the like we've seen it this season from D'Lo. I think D'Lo is going to have some performances in this series, and I cannot. This is one of my more exciting series to watch. I cannot wait to watch this. Yeah, absolutely.
Just
Absolutely,
in the East or
man.
just in NBA period for the first round?
In the playoffs period,
Really?
the first
Okay.
round. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yo, don't sleep on the Nets, bro.
No, I'm not sleeping on the Nets, but I
Trying
have
to
another game
sleep.
that I think is actually two other games that I think is gonna be like really, really good
Oh
games.
yeah, no. I got some other ones too, but I'm just saying like this has the potential,
Yeah.
like this really has the potential to be one of those like crazy series. And by the way, and I don't want to sound like a LeBron hater, but honestly, it's really refreshing that we're getting a playoffs without that guy.
I agree.
Like that is so refreshing because we're just gonna see more and more stars. I do want to say this: James Harden, there's no LeBron in this playoffs. Now is the time. Now is the time. You want to elevate yourself to that next level, even if you get to round two and you lose to Golden State, because if either one of y'all win that series, that's what the round two matchup would be. But now is the time. You averaged 36, I think 36, 6, and 7 or whatever in the regular season. I need to see them same numbers in the postseason, home.
I agree. Absolutely.
But who you got? Who you got in this series? Who you got in the series?
So you said you picked the Sixers, right? 4-2.
Yeah, 4-2. Yeah.
I'm gonna pick the Sixers 4-3.
Oh, my dude picking 7 games.
Yeah. I think it's gonna go to Game 7.
Let's go.
Because just like you said, if Embiid, if that happens with him, then it can kind of balance things in the favor of the Nets. Not necessarily that the Nets is a better team, but like you said, D'Angelo Russell has had a tremendous year. 21 points per game, and I don't want people to sleep on Joe Harris either. He's great at 3 points.
Oh,
Absolutely.
sniper.
So if he comes in and he snipers in this series,
that is
that's
a
gonna play a big
great
role.
match. That is a great match. You know what? You know how great that is?
Mhm.
Whose sniper can get off the most? Joe
Exactly.
Harris or JJ Redick?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait, dude. I cannot wait for this.
And Joe
this
Harris, his
series to
percentage is
start.
up there from the 3-point line. So
Absolutely.
if he can get that done, if D'Angelo Russell can show us, what he can do in the playoffs, actually be, everything that he could be on the court, just be amazing out there. They have a possibility of going 4-3, but they're definitely not going to win the series at all.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and move on to our final series in the first round of the Eastern Conference. We have the Boston Celtics versus the Indiana Pacers. I've been gung ho, Boston since the beginning of the season. Although when the Toronto Raptors made that trade, I'm like, yo, honestly is between Toronto and Boston for me. It still is for me. I don't know if that's tipping my hand, but it still is for me. But I'm picking Boston 4-1 because no Oladipo. Indiana should get swept. To be honest with you, they should get.
They ain't got no.
but
They ain't got no Oladipo, man.
Yeah,
it's
no,
gonna
he
make it hard.
Oladipo, but I'm picking them to win a game. They're a very scrappy team, a very good defensive team, really well coached team by Nate McMillan. I think they can sneak up and get a game, so I'm picking them 4-1. But I'm picking this is a nice, honestly, and I know disrespect to Orlando Magic, they fall hard this season, but no Oladipo. This is a nice tune-up game for Boston to get ready for the next round. Because I think in this postseason, we're going to see the Boston Celtics that everyone wanted to see consistently throughout this season. Because there's no regular season, roles will be defined in this postseason. Everyone knows Kyrie is that dude, so everyone else gonna need to fall the fucking line.
Mm-hmm.
This is playoff time, and playoff time is Kyrie time.
Mm-hmm.
And Gordon Hayward for the second half of the season has looked very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Coming off injury, he's now starting to feel like Gordon Hayward, really starting to feel like Gordon Hayward more and more. So I'm picking Boston 4-1. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree. I'm picking Boston 4-1. It's for obviously reasons. We just said Oladipo's not playing. That's a big hit for the Pacers when it comes to the playoffs. And you got everybody on the Celtics, so I don't even know what stars on the Pacers could even really make a difference in the series. Unfortunately for the Pacers, it's like DOA as soon as they step on the court.
Oh yeah, oh, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the Western Conference. The first matchup we have on the docket is the Golden State Warriors versus the Los Angeles Clippers. Yeah, sorry, just want to poke fun at Lakers fans. I think this is pretty obvious. Not much to say for sweep. Yeah, I'm making sweep.
Yeah.
Preston.
Okay, so this is actually going to be one of my games that I can't wait to see. Not necessarily because it's going to be super competitive, but this is going to be a 3-point shootout match between the two of these teams. If you even look at the Clippers, Danilo Gallinari, he's great at 3-point shots. He's actually just below Steph Curry in 3-point shots. So I can't wait to see, how many 3 points are going back and forth. But I'm with you. Actually, I'm just going to give it to the Warriors. It's going to be 4-1. I don't think they're going to sweep the Clippers.
I'm looking at this game. I'm looking at this game for the Warriors to accomplish one thing and one thing only.
What's that?
For this to be a great tune-up game for Boogie Cousins in the postseason.
Oh yeah.
This is the type of series Boogie Cousins needs to start off his postseason, because when you get to the next round, they're probably gonna play Houston, and that's the one big advantage that the Golden State Warriors will have on Houston. Because Boogie Cousins can score on any fucking big man in this league and dominate.
Mm-hmm.
How great that man is. As before his injury, to me, he was the best big man in the league before he got hurt when he was in New Orleans. So,
and a lot of people kept saying it was like, well, it doesn't matter, because remember when they first picked him up, people was like, it's not going to matter. He's not coming in until later on down the line. He's not even going to be conditioned to even be able to play in the NBA. All this other stuff. Oh, it's going to matter. They're going to see what happens in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's going to matter now.
Oh yeah.
Especially if they play Houston. Houston they're going to feel that.
Yeah, man. So you said I know you got Golden State, but what you got?
I got Golden State 4-1.
4-1. All
Yeah.
right. Oh, you picking the Clippers winning the game?
Yeah, they got one. They
I
got
like
the 3
that.
point.
I like
They got
that.
the 3-point shooters, so I will hope they'll pull off one game. But if they don't, it won't be a surprise.
I like that. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next matchup. We have Denver Nuggets versus the San Antonio Spurs. Ring the alarm! Upset pick coming through. I am picking the San Antonio Spurs to win the series 4-3. I do not trust the Denver Nuggets. This is their first playoffs. The Joker is not aggressive enough for me to take over his series and lead his team. Like, he's just not aggressive, but he's so he annoys the fuck out of me, because I had him on my fantasy team. He put up really good numbers sometimes where he can really like destroy a matchup. And just kill a matchup. Like he's so fucking passive. He'll have like 9 points. Yeah, he'll have like 13 rebounds and like maybe an assist or whatever. But it's like, yo, bro, you can dominate. And this is the freaking postseason where you're gonna have to dominate. But a Greg Popovich team with LaMarcus Aldridge basically having the season of his life. You have DeMar DeRozan. This is the first round of playoffs with no LeBron in sight. So I see a different DeMar DeRozan in this postseason, because have to worry about LeBron, because that's his kryptonite. So, Greg Popovich coach team, man. I'm picking the Spurs on this upset, 4-3. It's going to 7 games. They gonna beat them in Denver, and their hearts over.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I will agree with you that it is actually going to go 7 games, but I'm definitely going to pick the Denver Nuggets in this. And the only reason why I'm going to pick them is because, for one, obviously Denver Nuggets are great at 3-point shooting, and I said that a lot on this podcast, but at the same time, the Spurs are really bad as a road team. Really bad.
Yeah.
So those are going to be some easy sweeps from the Nuggets if they can find a way to kind of muscle through their away games, because they're pretty good away as well. The Nuggets are. So if they can find a way to muscle at least 2 games in San Antonio, then I think they can pretty much take over the series.
I agree with you about the Spurs and the road woes. I'm just thinking about a Greg Popovich coach team in the postseason against an inexperienced team. Man, that's all I'm thinking about right there.
Yeah.
But I feel you though. Sure. All right, guys, we're gonna go to the next matchup, and this would have been the best series in the postseason if Nurkic didn't go down, and if CJ McCollum didn't have injury issues.
They're saying Lillard might not play the first game either.
Yeah, so we're talking about the Portland Trailblazers versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. This would have been the best series of the playoffs if Portland didn't have the injuries that they had. I could have saw this series going 7 games. I hate to say this, man, and Dame's my guy. Dame is basically my favorite player. I just love his attitude, his tenacity. Like, that's my guy. But they have too many injuries. And the thing is, they're a very deep team. They're very good.
Mm-hmm.
Dame and CJ are so good, but
Steph
they
Curry.
have injuries at the wrong fucking time
Mm-hmm.
to their star players. Like that. I don't see how you overcome that. Oklahoma City is one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. That's what they hang their hat on.
Mm-hmm.
And you're having injuries to your offensive studs. Like,
You got Nicholas, who's Russell Westbrook on the. Okay, like, come on, man. Like,
I'm giving Portland a game, but I'm picking OKC 4-1.
I'm picking OKC, but I'm giving Portland 2 games when Lillard gets back.
Okay.
He's gonna play extra hard. He's gonna want to get 2 games out of there. And
I hope you're right, bro, because I don't want to see him go out like that.
me either. I like Damian
really-
Lillard. I always feel like he needs to be on a different team, in my personal opinion. But
Absolutely.
if that's where he's
Absolutely.
getting all his money at, I guess, because he's obviously the best player on that team.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like at some point there's going to be some games where Russell Westbrook is going to make some mistakes that's going to cost him the game. And I'm not talking about
I can see that.
I'm not talking about like crazy stuff like throwing the ball out of bounds or something like J.R. Smith did. But sometimes Russell Westbrook, he doesn't know the moment where he can't get his shots off, and he's going to keep trying. And sometimes that becomes the problem, that he keeps trying.
Yeah,
to shoot
he
shots
forces. He forces. He forces. Yeah, he's been better about the season. I will say this. I will say this. He's definitely been better the season of deferring to PG in those big moments, in those clutch moments, just deferring to him. But this is the playoffs, and Russ will be Russ.
When that
Russ
playoff
will be
comes
Russ,
off,
man.
Because he's like, I got to get this chip. I'm sure he's at the point where he's tired of going to the playoffs and not making it to the chip, and he knows this right now is probably one of the best possibilities you have to get there, and he's not gonna be like, we're not losing the playoff because of me. It's gonna be because of y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all can't tell me I didn't try.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're gonna move on to the last matchup that we have of this prediction show. We have the Houston Rockets versus the Utah Jazz. Now, I want to go first because I want to say this.
Mm-hmm.
I would have picked this to be a very long series if Houston didn't have to play Golden State in round 2. But because Houston knows Golden State is going to basically sweep the Clippers, I really think the Rockets are going to be full steam ahead every single fucking game and not take their foot off the gas. And I think James Harden is going to have an explosive series. I think Utah is a very good defensive team. They're a scrappy team, but I don't think they're good enough offensively to keep up with Houston. So I'm in the Houston Rockets 4-1 in this series.
Yeah, this is a very interesting game right here. Utah is actually really, really good. Like you said, defensively, in my personal opinion. I love Donovan Mitchell. But I'm going to go 4-2 for this series. Houston's going to win. They obviously have the most talent. They also have the experience, which really does matter in the playoffs. And Utah, hopefully they get better. Next year, when they come back around, they'll get a lot farther than they will this year. But I think they're going to lose in this round.
They need more than just Donovan Mitchell, man.
No, yeah, absolutely. And I like Donovan Mitchell, but they need some help. I mean, they got Rudy, but he only can do so much. Like,
he's a great anchor for that defense down low, but they need another guy on that perimeter or at the small spot that is really like a threat, like a real threat.
Yeah, and I like Utah. I don't think they're gonna win, but I like them as a team, and I can't wait to see what they do in the future.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for our round one predictions. Join us again. Let us know in the comment section what do you think about the predictions. Let us know what your predictions are. And oh, before we go, actually,
Hmm.
so really quickly, um, Milwaukee series. Who you if you had to pick a breakout performer in that series,
For
who
the
you got?
Milwaukee series,
Hmm.
that's kind of tough. Hmm. I don't
I,
know.
I got Blake Griffin for me.
For the Milwaukee Bucks. Oh yeah, because you picked the Pistons to win, right?
No, hell no. I picked
Oh.
Milwaukee to win. I just
Oh,
picked
okay,
it to
okay.
be 4-2.
Oh, okay. I thought you was talking about from the Bucks. Like from the Bucks, I
No, no,
don't
no. I
really
just
know.
I'm saying series. Like who do you have like
Oh,
as a
okay. Yeah,
breakout
yeah, yeah. I'm
performer
with
just
you.
for the
I have.
series?
I'll give that to Blake Griffin. He's definitely. I mean, he's having a great year. Unfortunately, people kind of overlook it because of how big he was when he was over in the Clippers, and some people will say he didn't produce. But this year, he's
Hmm.
been doing really good. It's just been overlooked for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I got him on my fantasy team too, boy. He's been great.
Hmm.
I had him though. I had to trade him. I just had to make some moves. But boy, that boy. Them fantasy numbers are ridiculous.
Yeah, he
But
doing good.
yeah, for sure. Anyway, guys, it's gonna do it for round one. Put in the comment section what do you guys think. Um, who do you think is gonna win what series? Breakout performers. Let us know. Like, comment, share, subscribe. This is Undisputed Champ Sports Podcast, NBA First Round Predictions Show. I am Carmine. That is Mr. Preston Brown. Peace.
Peace.